Pixel TV. TV, der spiller.
Måske er du klar over det, måske er du ikke klar over det, men Assassin's Creed 3 finder blandt andet sted i Boston, hvor jeg er lige nu. Vi skal ud på en bustur med nogle udviklere, rundt og se nogle af bygningerne, som vi også kommer til at se i spillet senere. Og derfor skal I med, så kom små vitter. Vi står lige nu ved det første sted, og det er Bunker Hill, som er en af de vigtige punkter i Bostons historie, men også i spillet Assassin's Creed 3. Du skal høre hvorfor, så okay. We're standing next to this humongous stone penis, which has a lot of significance apparently for the game. What?
Well, it's not in the game. This is post the game, but this is the site of Bunker Hill. It's actually on Breed's Hill, which is a historical battle that took place here at the start of the American Revolution. But it's actually an event that you get to play in the game itself.
So, of course, this place didn't look like this at all back in the day. How hard is it recreating places that you kind of not really know what looked like back then?
Well, it's way better because no one can prove you wrong, so you can say what you want. No, so here was basically a big field. You know, a lot of Boston is landfill now. They sort of chopped the top off. Actually, Beacon Hill in the center of Boston and used it as landfill around the coast. So a lot of this was just a field. It was a big battle, but luckily for us, no one knows exactly what it looked like. So we have some room to move.
When you do these places, how much of it is your own like fantasy of how the place looks, and how much is reality?
If we have evidence, then we'll make it the way it looked. So if we have paintings or drawings of the actual building, or even better, if it's still standing and we can go and take reference photos, we'll be very, very accurate. But with areas like this, which is a big battle, there's so many conflicting opinions about how it exactly looked that we basically know roughly what it is, but there's plenty of room for creative license.
How much will this play a part in the game, this place?
The battle itself is a big set piece in the game. I mean, most people who've been following the coverage have seen it, so it's a key event. We knew at the start of development that we wanted to do the battles. We didn't want you to be a part of the line infantry, but we wanted you to be there and get the feeling of what it was like for the soldiers. It's nothing like Modern War. It's nothing like any of the other war games that you've played. So we want to give you that feeling. So it's a big moment in the game.
We heard before from our lovely guide that when they fought, like the British were surprised about the Americans' way of fighting because they fought like Indians, like wild men. Is that something that you've portrayed in the game as well?
Yeah, it's a really interesting one. They often talk about how it was the birth of guerrilla warfare, and what actually meant. In reality, it was that they weren't trained soldiers. So a lot of the time, they thought they were using some cunning new tactic. They were actually running away and shooting over their shoulders. So it's a very interesting sort of thing to try and capture correctly. But yeah, we get that in the game.
Vi står lige nu på skibet, the U.S.S Constitution, skibet, der er undefeated i den amerikanske revolution, aldrig tabt et slag til søs. Og derfor skal vi tale med Matt, som står her. So Matt, we're on the U.S.S Constitution. It's not in the game. What other cool ships are in the game?
Oh, there's a whole host of ships in the game that are historical. I mean, we have pretty key moments. One of them being the Battle of Chesapeake, and a lot of the boats there are definitely ones that you can look up and see the history on. It's just a great example of the kind of ships that you will be up against at this size and this kind of caliber of boat.
What was like the hardest part about creating real-life sea battles that felt natural and not too speedboatish with like turning and stuff?
Yeah, from a gameplay perspective, it was a big challenge to have something that was fun and engaging, and players were satisfied to steer the ships, but also had an air of authenticity to them. So it was just an iterative process of trying prototypes and see how it felt and play. I mean, we just had the team get their hands on it as much as possible and see how they reacted to it when they tried to control it. I think we found a good balance. The truth is, I mean, actual naval warfare was very, very slow. And if it was a simulation, I don't think people would enjoy it very much because it would take 45 minutes to come do one broadside and then come back around again. So we had to kind of split the difference there. But I think what we came up with was actually really good, and people are going to have a lot of fun with it.
Do you have a favorite sea battle in the game that people should look forward to?
I think the Battle of Chesapeake is the best one. I mean, it's epic, and it really was epic. There was a massive French blockade, and the British ships trying to punch through, and then there was the colonial ships trying to support their French ships, and it was just this massive battle, and Connor's right in the thick of it. I think it's really cool.
Efter en tosset bustur er vi tilbage på hotellet, og her fik I et lille og hurtigt kig på nogle af de steder, som I kommer til at kunne se i spillet, og hvad udviklerne har tænkt, når de har skulle sidde og udvikle de her ting, som I så får glæde af. Husk at se meget mere af Assassin's Creed 3 på Pixel TV, hvor vi har forkælet jer med en masse jazz. Hej hej.